Today, we're talking all about lead conversion rate. Hey, I'm Coach Molle from the visibility hacking world, and I help small businesses build their visibility online so they can meet new customers, but most importantly, nurture the ones who are already in their worlds. And today, we're talking about that conversion rate from when we find new people to what is the rate of how many new people are actually converting and purchasing our products. You've probably reached this video because your conversion rate number is something you're not proud of. So let's just fix it, shall we? In this video, I'll show you something my ex taught me that will change the way you think about your people. We'll talk about the 3 ways to love your leads, and we'll talk about why you can't always be right the first time. So for this and more, let's boost your conversion rates. Roll the intro. First, what did I learn from my ex about lead conversion? Simple. Raise your standards. A lot of small businesses forget to focus on lead conversion. We put in a lot of effort, we create a lot of great content, we put that out there, but we're not intentionally focused on lead conversion. And that shows, it really shows in why a lot of businesses aren't growing. So I want you first to focus on the fact that your business, if you want it to survive, constantly needs new leads. Now, in my own business, I got to a point where I was so full of client work, the last thing I wanted was another customer. That is different than leads. Customers are people who have said, yes, I am interested in your products, but but you constantly need to have people familiar with your brand, because once you're done with one client or you're ready to scale, you want to have that pool of potential customers to pull on, and those are the leads that you are generating. If you're looking at generating leads on a long-term basis, it's going to be much more sustainable than trying to get a ton of leads right in one moment, right in one launch. It's not going to work the same way. So when we're setting higher standards for our lead conversion, we want to know the difference between a good lead and a great lead. A good lead is someone who is, interested in what it is you're doing. A great lead, on the other hand, is someone who is hungry for the solution that we serve. So we want to constantly be looking for that second group, the hungry group. They are the ones who are much more likely to open their wallets and purchase our solution to their problem. I set really high standards, and if you want to be part of the visibility hacking world and you think you've met that standard, then click the subscribe button and join us here on the channel. I would love to have you as part of the community. There are 3 different ways that I like to love my leads. I love to feed into my community, and I do it in a variety of different ways, but I'll show you my 3 favorite ones. First is email. When you're collecting your leads, you should always be collecting their email addresses. This is an intimate place to interact with your people. On social media, we get bombarded with stuff, and there's so often that I'm just endlessly scrolling, and no, I'm not reading or paying attention to anything on most of my feeds. But in my email, I'll pay attention to it. A good headline will get me, a good subject line will get me. So make sure that you're emailing your people. I know in my own business, I have been guilty of neglecting my email list, and when I decided to actually focus on it, that's when I really started seeing growth. So make sure that you're focusing on those places that you can gather and nurture your leads. My favorite place to nurture your leads is by building a live show and having a place, we like to say build a stage or build your connection machine, a place where your people can come and hang out with you and get to know what it is you do and see testimonials and see what it's like to work with you. All of that can be done with your live show. You can nurture your movement that way. You can set standards. You can highlight successes. You can celebrate your people. There's so much that can happen there, and it then becomes this evergreen, self-running advertisement for your business and for what it is that you do. So that's another fantastic way to serve. And then also look at your Facebook group. I love creating groups on social media, on whatever platform you're on, and really micro-targeting members of that group. So say you create a group that is for digital marketers who are single moms from Northern Canada. That's a very micro market that you can talk to and you can target. So finding ways to utilize those functions on social media to really help target and micro-target the people who you want in your world, those are ways to love your leads. It helps them segment themselves into the appropriate box in your market, and it helps you serve them the right solutions. How do you love to nurture your leads? Let me know down in the comments below. The reality is, no matter how smart you are or how stubborn you are, you can't always be right the first time all the time. And that's actually a great motto and a great mindset to have when you are a digital entrepreneur. And I say this specifically because in the digital world, we have a tool at our fingertips that we do not get the option of doing easily in the physical world. And that is what we call split testing. So if you're in the traditional physical world, you might create a flyer, for example, to get people to show up to your dance party. Let's just say that. And on this flyer, you're going to test out different graphics and pictures and things like that. You're going to create something that looks good. You're going to put it out there into the world and hope that that single test works for everyone. But in the virtual world, we can create our web page, for example, and have a whole bunch of different things that we're testing. We can see which headline copy works best, which headline font works best, which background colors attract more people, and how can we get people to pay attention to our content just a little bit longer. We have the ability to see all of that data behind the scenes and use that to our advantage. So use it. Know that you can't always be right the first time, but what you can do is go on this beautiful journey of investigating what actually works. It's kind of like engineering on a digital marketing perspective. You're able to dive in and test different things out, see if a certain font works better, see if your customers want a really busy page and give them an option of a super clean page, and then see which one converts better. It's beautiful. The world of data and running your business online, honestly, for me as a nerd, is so much fun because I can mix both the creative side and the data loving side and the formal business side. All of it comes together with my small business, and I hope it comes together with your small business as well. Now, I know the other thing that's tough about running a business is feeling like you're doing it in isolation, and I don't ever want you to feel like that. So I'm personally inviting you to join our growing community of visionary entrepreneurs who want to get more visible online. They want to share their products and services and expertise with more people. And so you should join us, because if that's you, then you're one of us. So come hang out with us. Visibilityhacking.com. Click the button on that page that says Become a Visibility Hacker, and you too can join in the community. Never feel alone. We got your back. You got questions, we got answers, and so much more. So join us in the community. We'll see you over there. Until I see you again, remember, I love you. Be excellent to each other, and just go live, because your people, they're out there waiting for you.